Alright, what is up guys? And today we are here with a downpipe for the Fiesta. And the reason we are throwing a downpipe on is one, because it's going to make it sound better. It's not going to make any more power than it's already making because the tune is made for the stock downpipe, or for an aftermarket downpipe. But we blew the cat. We do have to replace the cat because the stock catalytic converter is not happy with us right now. So it's going to be pretty straightforward. But any tips I can throw in, I'm going to, and let's get into it. Alright, so first things first on the engine bay, it's quite a process to actually get to the downpipe, but we're just going to be removing the headlights, and then we're going to remove the windshield wipers, and then we're going to be pulling off all of this pretty much, and then the intake, the tube, that vacuum lines, anything that connects to the intake. And then we're going to be unplugging the O2 sensors and then unbolting the top bolt, and then we're going to get underneath the car and just pretty much unbolting everything from underneath and pulling the downpipe. So it's a lot to take off to reach the downpipe, but once it's out of the way, it just makes your life 10 times easier. It's pretty much all just going to be, you're basically just getting everything out of your way so you don't have to fight it is all. So I mean, like, you can probably get away with taking off a lot less, but I recommend you just remove it before you end up wasting time fighting the shit in your way. So let's get into it.
If there's anything I can't stand, it's a smart aleck.
Okay, so we've actually been making some really decent progress here. It's only been about 30 minutes. We did to remove all that shit. We got everything out of the way. We got the heat shield pretty much undone. Now we're just getting that O2 sensor off, and then we have to lift up the car to get the bottom one off. And then after that, we can start unbolting the downpipe and we can get it out. So pretty much have made a great amount of progress. So this thing should be done relatively quick, actually. I'm actually shocked that we managed to get this far in 30 minutes, so fuck it. Alright, so we just have to reach these bolts from the bottom. We already loosened that one up there. You can loosen that one from the top side. It's a little easier from the bottom though. And then you have to take off these hangers, undo these two bolts that hold on your exhaust flange, and then loosen that hanger back there. Drop the muffler, and then you should be able to wiggle the downpipe out past the steering rack and then out this side. Tight. Yeah, those are the dormant bolts.
Use the pry part. There you go. There you go. See?
Now it's off.
See, how are you supposed to get it out?
Huh?
That's what I'm saying. How are you supposed to get it out?
Wait a minute. That gasket did not come off clean. That's a gasket right there. And that's a gasket right there.
Why do you have so many gaskets?
That's the middle of the gasket.
Yeah, that's all the silver parts stayed on.
No.
Without this. That's why I say, do we need to loosen this up? Pop the muffler off?
I don't think so. Oh, well.
Oh, well, then how? Here, hold on. Hold on, Carter. Okay, go. Yahtzee.
Oh,
You win.
the muffler is not even on there in the first place.
Oh, son of a bitch! Ouchie.
Oh, shit. Ford and their welds. What the fuck is that?
That fucking hurt.
What is... Why? Come on, weld over at fucking Ford?
I don't know, but that hurt. Freaking stabbed my thumb right in it.
Jesus.
Hey, got it.
This thing should be done relatively quick, actually. I'm actually shocked that we managed to get this far. Alright, it is now day 5? Something like that. It's been a bit of a process. So where we left off was, well, a bolt was not coming out of the downpipe, or out of the turbo. So we got the downpipe out, and then we couldn't get the bolt back in, or back out of the downpipe, or the turbo itself. So we, I don't remember exactly how much I got of it, but we eventually had to cut the bolt out. So we cut the bolt, and then we had to drill it out, and then we punched it, it came out, then we had to drill out the threads, and we had to make the hole wider so we can just fit a bolt through it, and then we put a nut on the backside. So if you own a newer Fiesta, this shouldn't happen. This Fiesta in particular is sitting on like 130,000 miles. Thankfully we were able to find some of these, which are these Dorman flanged M8 by 125, 30 millimeters. They're the same size as the stock bolts for the turbo. And we were able to fit those through, thread it in just fine. So I replaced the bolts that were rusted, all the factory hardware with those, and then I just, you know, I had a nut that was the same thread pitch, and I just put that on the back side of the one that we had to drill out. So now the downpipe is in. Let's see if I can find a flashlight down there. And well, it's not fully in, but yeah, I just now finally got all the bolts tightened on it, as you can see back here. This one, I put a nut on the back side of it, and there's a bolt going through. So that was the only way I could get that downpipe in. It had to be done. You know, every single step of the process has managed to fight me on this car. All right, today is the day, my friends. We are actually getting the... Fuck. Today is the day, my friends. We are actually getting this car off the fucking quick jacks. We're gonna get it back on the road. We're gonna drive it. I don't know if I'm gonna get exhaust clips today because weather is not my friend right now. It is downing rain like crazy today. So chances are I'll probably be able to get the exhaust clips later on, but at least I should be able to get this car back in a drivable state and, you know, on the road again today. So where I left off, I was extremely tired. It was after a long day at work, and then I came home and I just, you know, sort of just started working on it, and then kind of hit a point where I was just ready for bed. So today is a whole new day. So I can finally, put my head down and just knock this car out. So hopefully that should be the case. I'm hoping, so long as nothing else goes wrong, we should be good. So, of course, where I left it off was we had the downpipe in, we have the exhaust connected back up, we put a new gasket in, so everything else is pretty much just up here, up top. One thing, okay, so we got ourselves another defouler here, and I'm gonna just open this up real quick. If you guys have seen my other videos, then you would know what this is used for. I made an entire video on it, and basically it's just for your O2 sensor, so that way it doesn't throw a check engine light when you run catless or high flow cat. Plain and simple, just looks like this. My second time buying one of these. It worked on the BRZ, and to answer quite a few questions, because I still get questions to this day about the defouler, so I'm just going to go ahead and answer all the questions. One, yes, it does work. Two, it works on multiple cars, not just a BRZ. And if all you have to do is just plug it in post cat, all right, the O2 sensor that goes post cat, you put the defouler on that, you screw the O2 sensor into the backside, you screw this into the downpipe. Simple as that. If you have a check engine light already for code P0420, then you have to clear your codes first and then take it for a drive before you smog test it. Now, I've seen this defouler, this one in particular, the Blocks Racing. I'll have it linked in the description again, but there's also on my other video. Basically, I know for a fact this one works. I have a friend that has a Focus ST, and we took he didn't pass smog, and then we bought one of these and threw it on. It took maybe like 15-20 minutes to get in, and then he just had to clear his codes, take it for a drive, smog tested it the next day. It worked. He passed. He got his car registered. So these do work, and they work on a lot of different vehicles, and yeah. So hopefully I can answer any questions, because I've gotten quite a few questions about this, and honestly, it's pretty plain and simple. It's self-explanatory. You just throw it on, it works. It works if you're installing catless headers on a BRZ. It works if you're installing a catted downpipe on a Fiesta. It works if you're installing literally anything that involves a cat and an O2 sensor. So, very plain and simple. Just throw it on. If you can do it before you actually start the car for the first time, or before you even get a check engine light, then perfect. If not, then you can always just throw it on after the fact, clear your codes, and trust me, it'll go away, and it will stay away. So, yes, that's about it for the defouler. So all we're going to do is we're going to throw this on there, and that should be pretty much about it for the exhaust. And then after that, we just have to put all the body panels back on. We have to put on the lower and upper cowl, and then the headlights. We have to put the intake back together, and then I think this car should be drivable, so long as I remember to plug in all the vacuum lines. Alright, and that should be it. I think it's pretty much all buttoned up now. So, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of go through and double check anything I can. All the things that I can't double check, I'm pretty sure I already double checked them, triple checked them. I was very thorough. I was very thorough while working on this car, so I'd imagine everything is where it needs to be. I just need to put a zip tie there. But everything else should be pretty much buttoned up. And, yeah, car's pretty much fully back together. Testing out a new camera angle. That was a fucking money shift if I've ever done one. Testing out a new camera angle, and we're going to try to get some exhaust sound from inside of the cabin. Holy shit. Okay, the pops are 10 times fucking louder now. Oh my god. But yeah, it's not the best day out for getting exhaust clips at all, actually. Yeah, it is. Oh, you're joking. Okay. When it rains, this window doesn't fucking shut. It gets stuck, it like stops halfway and then goes back down, so I gotta remember to keep the window up when it's raining, but much louder than it was before, so that's good because I already liked how loud it was prior, but the pops are ungodly loud. But the exhaust note itself actually does sound, it sounds basically the same. Like, it's actually kind of crazy, but it sounds almost the same, just a little smoother. Like, it just sounds smoother. It doesn't sound clogged anymore. Oh, fuck. Well, my hair is caught in the wheel. This creeper. Got the O2 sensor on though.
Singing the same song.